Bonjour, bonjour, bonjour. Hello, everybody. How are you doing? All right. So, I hope that you can hear me. I'm doing this a little bit different today. Hello, Apollonia. Hello, hello. Can everybody hear me well? Because I'm both here and on YouTube at the same time. So, I just wanted to make sure um, that everyone can hear me. Let me jump over to YouTube real quick and um, make sure that I'm live there doing all the things. Yes, voila, voila. All right, wonderful, 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 wonderful. Yes, perfect. All right, so I wanted to come on this morning to briefly discuss um, yesterday's post surrounding um, yesterday's post surrounding becoming a master diviner. Some people were like, well, that's a pretty loaded topic when you mention the thing of um, the questions you ask and how you receive them. I mentioned yesterday, just so that you do understand a little bit, I always tell you, make sure that you know the person's history, know their lineage, know their upbringing and those things so that you have a good idea of really what you are receiving and who you're receiving it from. So when I was in the first grade, my great grandma introduced me to playing card readings. She's of French descent, and so she taught me how to read in that light, okay? And let me see. Hold on a second, because I can see my Instagram. I can see my yes, surprise, surprise. Um, I can see my YouTube. Let me jump over here to the Contra South page, right? This needs to get out of the way. I can't. Yeah, anyways, so what I'm going to do is stick to my YouTube here, and I'm going to jump on Instagram over here. Okay. Um, give um, give me a brief moment. I'm getting a phone call. One moment, please. Hello? Hello? Who's speaking? Okay, it was a nobody. So, anyways, I'm going to YouTube here and Instagram here. So, anyways, in the first grade, again, I was introduced to playing card readings through my grandma and my great grandma, and she taught me or introduced me to playing cards from a French orientation because that's how she grew up. But again, this was a mixed race household. We were Métis or Creole, mulatto, a variety of names you want to call. But the culture of the readings and the introduction was of a mixed heritage, but specifically French. And so from that, in the first grade, she taught me some very clear fundamental things surrounding reading cards in general. Some very important things that will translate, as I mentioned, into um, tarot. And I began to read tarot about 18 years old. I'm far from 18 now, but um, regardless, so I've had a very long experience actually with playing card readings. So people go, well, Queen, you never really um, brought up or spoken a lot about tarot, but that is because my purpose has always been to give you all what you need to connect to you, your people, our people within the African diaspora. Okay. And playing cards, interestingly enough, were our go to when it came to card reading. However, through my experiences, through my journey, I have recognized beautifully that all of the fundamental things that my great grandma gave me was so heavy in the first grade that I easily could understand whether I was reading the Thoth Tarot, the Water Tarot, the Tarot de Marseille, and a variety of other ones. And um, I mentioned actually that here this spring I will be releasing the Hoodoo Tarot de la Livre, which is the first system of its kind. It is not, I promise you, it is not what you think it is. It is not this idea of Black representing cards, but this is a true system, the first of its kind, that speaks to and of the tongue of the African American diaspora specifically, because a lot of people actually don't put a lot of emphasis in the experiences here versus just the diaspora as a whole in general. But the point that I want to bring up, and this is what I love about the Hoodoo Tarot de la Livre, I have a reference book that is 650 plus pages that a few have read already. And I sent this to people, specific individuals that I knew that had different upbringings, cultural upbringings, spiritual upbringings, to hear their feelings and their thoughts and their correspondences, and to the things that they were reading, and have gotten nothing but incredible reviews. And I will share one of those reviews with you here in a moment. But the point that I want to bring up is understanding when you are doing card readings, okay, how you ask the question, what are you actually asking? But the biggest thing that really messes up a lot of individuals when it comes to tarot reading is not knowing how to receive the answers. That's the problem. That is a huge problem. So people go, well, what do you mean? Well, for example, you can take a playing card and read one playing card at least 3 different ways. So if I go to how do I ask the question? Well, I'm asking, does my man love me? Not how does he love me, not how does he feel about me, not how the relationship is, but actually, does my man love me is the question. That's a yes or no. So now it is, how do I receive that answer? Well, do I read the red cards as yes and the black cards as no? Okay. Because a lot of people, again, depending culturally, blacks may be yes and reds may be no. But is it yes? Is it reds yes, blacks no? Am I reading a yes or no regarding aces are yes and everything else is no? Am I reading the male figures as yes and the female figures as no? And respecting that it's a yes or no question. So, really knowing what you're asking, how you're asking it, and then how do you receive the answer? It's the same when it comes to tarot. This is why I love what my great grandma did for me, and why, whenever you get the Hoodoo Tarot de la Ligne, it's going to change your complete way of reading. Even if you don't get the cards, the reference book, which will be so differently, separately, will give you a completely different footing of divination. If I'm reading tarot, I can also ask a yes or no question, and specifically with the Hoodoo Tarot de la Ligne. But, and listen, people going, well, Queen, you're talking about this deck. Who's seen it? Now, a lot of people haven't seen it, but we have over 50 copies sold already. The reference is not available now. There will be a selected group on Sunday that gets, excuse me, I do have to take this phone call. I'll be right back. Hello. Hello. What is going on? Hello, can you hear me? Something isn't happening. Okay, I do apologize, you all. I do have a very important phone call that is coming up, a meeting here, and I'm not able to actually hear. Maybe they'll call back. I know my meeting is in just a couple of seconds, but I'm just going to share this with you all very quickly. Um, Here's one review of one person that has read the reference already. Um, and the thing about this particular review is it's written by a person of European descent. This person read it. They were able to pull a lot from it. I'm just going to. Yes. Okay, so my AirPods are working, so I'm going to wait to hear back from them. Um, so, well, okay, so you all can't see it here on Instagram. Oh, yes, you can. You can see it. Um, but the beautiful thing about this particular reference and system as a whole, it again provides you with the true fundamentals of divining. It is a true divination reference. So yes, it is the Hoodoo Tarot de la Ligne, and that is that's the focal point. But honestly, the first half of the book is about tarot, about tarot, and that is going to be huge. So I wanted to just like briefly jump on here just to um, is super important for people to really understand the things about, again, becoming a master diviner. And so I'm going to be sharing with you guys a couple of spaces and elements as we are getting closer to the release of the reference book. This Sunday, we are going live on YouTube with the few that have read the book, as well as some of the editors of the reference book, um, and give you all a true firsthand experience with people that have experienced this. I will be making a post and posting a link so that you all can join me on Sunday. The Spellcast podcast and the virtual coven will get a little perk into some things and get first dibs. There is a limited selection of tarot cards and sets. And then there's a standard set that'll be unlimited. And then the reference book will be unlimited for the time being. This is a heavy hitter. Those that are very new to the space, you're going to be a completely different breed of diviners. And those that um, are seasoned, it will completely change the way you move as a diviner and strengthen the infrastructure of your method of divining. So, anyways, I wanted to briefly share that with you all. Thank you so much for watching. I got to get to this meeting now. Many blessings to all of you, and I will see some of you all today at 2:15. And I will see you soon. Merci. Have a great one. Bye bye. Thank you, Annette. Long time follower. Thank you.